his mom. You have to call me just as soon as you get this message, and I'm not kidding. Immediately call me, please.
Hey, is something wrong?
No, I need to talk to Natalie.
Mom, that sounded pretty important.
Yes, it is.
Well, if I see her, I'll say something to her.
What?
This is the guy who was here with you earlier. Michael Lazarus is Mitch Lawrence? What? He's alive? Mom, what does this mean? Divorce. Okay, I mean, I guess it's called an annulment because we never really slept together.
Does that explain this moment of weakness?
Weakness?
Sometimes it takes courage to embrace one's destiny.
No, okay, you don't understand. Jen and Christian, they never got married. And Michael, I am ready to embrace my destiny. Christian never stopped loving me. And you know that I never stopped loving him. And I know that you want what's best for me.
Of course.
So then you understand. You understand why we can't stay together. Michael Lazarus is Mitch Lawrence? He's alive? What does this mean?
It means that he faked his death and disappeared and waited just long enough for the statute of limitations on all his crimes to run out.
Well, that must have taken him forever.
Yes, but it appears that he is a very patient man. And now he's come back, and he can't be tried for anything. And he's going to pick up where he left off.
Why would he come back here at all? Where everybody who remembers him hates him. What did he come back for?
I am Jessica's father.
I shot at the Palmer Street Projects. Thought I'd stop by, see how Jen was doing.
She's doing good. They're gonna release her later.
Oh, good. How are you doing?
Great.
Dr. Gill to the
And
crash room.
lousy.
Dr. Gill to the crash room.
I was just with Natalie. And I told her that, Jen and I are not getting married. She felt terrible about the baby, but...
But the fact is, that's the reason why you're marrying Jen. The only reason.
That's right. Look, Mommy expects me to stay with Jen. I'm gonna be with her and help her any way I can, to help her get through this stuff. But I love Natalie, man. And Natalie loves me. And it's not something that I was looking for. It just happened. It is how it is.
Okay. Now you just need to be strong. You need to break it to Jen, and you and Natalie can be together.
Well, it's not quite that simple.
Why not?
Well, Natalie has this little situation of her own that she needs to take care of.
Difficult?
Sort of. But she says she can handle it. In fact, she's doing it right now.
May I ask why Christian and Jen didn't marry?
It was awful. Jen was pregnant, and she had a miscarriage before the ceremony was finished.
How terrible. I'll pray for her. And on top of that tragedy, she loses the man she loves to another woman. Natalie, does that seem fair or just to you?
You don't think that I'm using Jen's miscarriage to...
No, I will never doubt you. But do you doubt yourself?
No. No, it's not like that at all. I mean, Jen and Christian, they were only getting married because Jen's having his child.
And now you think you and Christian will be together.
Michael, we already are. Christian's telling Jen right now.
Oh, Natalie. the very beginning, I loved that sweet, trusting soul of yours. But I also feared that others would take advantage of it.
What do you mean?
Behold, the eyes of the Lord God are upon the sinful kingdom. Try to see Christian through God's eyes. Now, he said he loved you, but he didn't stop the wedding.
No, of course not. He couldn't.
No, instead, he stood before God prepared to marry Jen when, according to his own words, he coveted another.
Because of the baby.
Yes. And the moment the devil struck down Jen's unborn child, he sought you out to profess his desire to possess you when you were pledged to me.
And that upsets you. I get that. But Michael, please, try and understand. You said you want what's best for me.
I do, and that is not Christian, a man who desires only what he doesn't have.
That's not true.
Isn't it? He pursued you when he was pledged to Jen and when you were pledged to me. Now, how will he treat you when he has you? And if your own heart won't tell you, just ask poor Jen.
How can you say these things?
The Bible says an honest word is like a kiss on the lips. Natalie, when our lives crossed, you were in pain. Terrible pain. Now, who was responsible for that? Christian.
It was bad timing.
Remember the pain. Remember the anguish and the hurt. The hurt you felt that made you want to feel nothing at all. Now, in your heart, you know what will happen if you go to Christian. He will only hurt you again, Natalie.
Mitch Lawrence came back to Landview for only one reason, to do what he does best.
What?
Cause trouble.
For who? You? Our family? What?
For anyone who he ever hated or who ever hated him.
Well, then that includes us. Who else has Mitch Lawrence hurt worse than our family? I mean, he's the one that had me kidnapped when I was born. He's the reason that Natalie and I were switched as babies. He's the reason Natalie grew up with that awful woman, Roxanne.
I know. And believe me, I've thought of little else since I found out that he was alive.
Mom, why didn't you tell me that it was him when he was here?
Because I was hoping that you would never, ever have to deal with such an evil man.
Oh my God, when are you gonna stop trying to save me from the world, Mom?
The day that I stop being your mother. I need you to go away from here. I need you to leave Landview immediately.
Kind of trouble, Jess?
Seth. Hello?
Hello, Mrs. Davidson.
Seth. I'm going to ask you to do me a very big favor, because I know how you feel about my daughter, and I know that you want her to be safe just as much as I do.
Of course I do.
Good. Then I'm going to ask you to help get her out of town.
Yeah, I heard something about that coming in.
Yeah.
What's the problem?
Mitch Lawrence is back.
Lawrence?
Yeah.
You mean the guy who got Allison Perkins to mess with your family?
Yes.
But I thought he was dead.
We all thought he was dead. Okay? Anyway, Jessica will explain everything that she knows when you're safely out of here, but for right now, you have to get going, okay? It's important. Every minute that Jessie's here, she's in danger.
Why? I mean, should we call the police?
No. I'll take care of all that from here. It's just important that you two go immediately. Please, it's extremely important. Baby, I love you, and I need you to trust me on this, okay? It's the only way.
If we're all in danger, then what about Natalie?
Chris will not hurt me again. and what happened before was not his fault. I mean, I'm the one who's in the wrong here by marrying you. I mean, that wasn't fair to you or Chris.
We formed a union before God. How could that be wrong?
I know that you feel very strongly about that. But we both know that that was mostly so Jen and Chris's marriage wouldn't hurt so much. I mean, it was an impulse.
What, and this is not? Running away from your husband and into Christian's arms the moment he calls?
It's not like that. Christian and I are meant to be together. We've known that for months.
Well, then a few more weeks won't make any difference, will it? Enough time for you to reconsider and for Christian, perhaps, to show his true colors.
Michael.
Let not thine heart be hasty.
I don't think you understand. I love Christian.
No, you're the one who doesn't understand.
I'm mysterious about Natalie's situation.
I'll explain everything to you once it's over. But now Natalie's doing what she has to do, and so will I. It's gonna be tough.
That's only because you're a good guy, Chris. Look, Jen already lost the baby. I mean, you don't want to make it any harder on her.
Yeah, I know, but see, the problem is, how do I find a nice way to tell Jen how I feel about Natalie? And I should have just been up front with her from the very beginning. You know, as soon as I realized I was in love with Natalie. And I was crazy to promise Jen I was going to marry her.
Yeah, well, it was the honorable thing.
Yeah, but it wasn't the right thing. Not for anybody. It never would have worked. I can't imagine my life without Natalie.
Look, it's going to be hard on Jen, but she's going to survive. I mean, nobody wants to spend the rest of their life with somebody who doesn't love them.
What do I not understand, Michael?
The difference between what you feel for Christian and what we have. Now, in a week or two, you will see how our bond is deeper and greater than any mere earthly love. Corinthians says it is better to marry than burn. It's hard to argue with that.
Hello?
Hey, it's me.
I'm so glad you called.
How'd it go with Michael?
It's still going.
Oh, he's there?
Uh-huh. Actually, it's a lot more complicated than I thought it would be.
Great.
Oh, don't worry. It's just gonna take a lot longer than I thought.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I haven't been able to get a minute alone with Jen. I haven't been able to tell her about us. So listen, I might not be able to be with you tonight.
It's okay. I can wait. Just knowing that I have you, it's all that matters.
You do. I love you.
I love you too.
That was Christian. And he's not leaving Jen after all. I'm sorry, Natalie. That's why God brought us together. To protect you from men like Christian Vega.
Okay, you know what? I don't think that we need to be discussing Christian right now. What we do need to be discussing is this marriage and what we're gonna do about it.
Well, that question was settled thousands of years ago, Natalie. What God hath joined together, let no man put asunder. I will not give you a divorce, now or ever.
All right, take Jen home. No Marcy, no Lindsay, no interruptions, period.
Good. You're doing the right thing, Chris.
Yeah, I know. For the first time in a long time, I'm doing the right thing.
Michael, I will always be grateful to you for picking me up when I was at my lowest and for you offering to spend the rest of your life with me. And I really hope that we can still be close.
Close. Natalie, we're husband and wife. Two people cannot be closer than that.
Okay. I don't want to hurt your feelings, but this marriage was a mistake.
Natalie, think very carefully before you ask me again for a divorce.
Okay. Look, I have tried to be nice to you, Michael. But you obviously won't let me. So I am not asking you, I am telling you, this marriage is over.
Natalie is facing her own danger from Mitch Lawrence. But that's all right. I'm going to get her away from here as soon as I can. You two need to leave right now, okay? Take only what you need and hurry.
Seth, I can't ask you to drop everything and just come with me.
Oh, you sure can.
What about school?
Wherever you go, Jess, I go, okay? Don't forget that.
Thank you, but Mom, what about you? Mitch hurt you before. Who's to say he's not going to do it again?
No. I'm quite sure that I'll be safe. Besides, if there's any problem, I'll just call Bo, okay? You can call me, and only me, on a number that only you will have, okay? And then I'll call you as soon as it's safe to go home. Darling, please, go get ready. Okay, thanks.
To be cruel. In fact, I thought you would understand, but whether you like it or not, I am getting this marriage annulled.
Make yourself comfortable, Natalie. You're not going anywhere.